So ever since I can remember, all I wanted to do was be a leader. I remember looking up to my father when I was young. He could do everything. Knew the answer to every question, knew the solution to every problem. Nothing he couldn't do. So what did being a leader mean to me? Meant I had to be faster. Meant I had to be stronger. Meant I had to be smarter. I brought that into everything I did. I tried to be captain of every sports team, tried to get straight A's in every class, yelled a lot, because I thought a leader yelled, right? I'm in charge. A lot of that going on. So kind of continuing on that journey, I get to West Point. Pretty confident in myself, thinking I'm a leader, pretty smart, pretty decent shape. I look around, everybody's smarter than me. Everybody's faster than me. At about a month in, starting my freshman year at West Point, 9/11 happens. You realize, hey guys, this isn't just training anymore. We're gonna go to war. Didn't know what was gonna happen first couple weeks. Rumors are flying around, hey, they're gonna deploy the cadets to Afghanistan. Would have been a terrible idea. So you spend 4 years, and all I was focused on was perfecting my skill, perfecting being a leader. Studied Eisenhower, studied Sun Tzu, read Clausewitz more times than I want to admit. Went to military school, spent my summers training. Everything about getting ready to go. So I graduate, volunteer for the first unit going to Afghanistan. So in my head, I'd been waiting for 4 years. I didn't want to wait any longer. I wanted to get my chance to lead. Wanted to get my chance to put into practice everything I've been working to do. So I get to Afghanistan. Pretty proud of myself. West Point grad, ready to go. Meet my commander. Hey, Sweatt, why are you out of shape? Hey, Sweatt, where's the Ranger tab? What are you doing here? Right back at the beginning. It's all right. Spent 4 months working for him. Never beat him in a run. Never did more pull-ups than him. Couldn't get as loud as him. Just reinforcing. I gotta be in charge. I gotta figure out how to perfect this. So about 5 months in, June 2006, I get my chance. I take my first command. We're going out on our first patrol. So I do everything I've practiced. I come up with the plan. I've got the orders, right? I've got graphics, and we've rehearsed it, and I've built little tables, and we're ready to go. So I do my leadership pose, kind of supervise a little bit, bark some orders. We're ready to go. So we take off. We'd been where we were been about 100 times. We'd been where we were going about 100 times. About 15 minutes into the patrol, a couple bright red flashes go flying past. So I wonder if someone shot a flare. What was that? And then boom, rocket-propelled grenade blows up. Trucks are disabled. I barely get a chance to yell my first command out. Hey, we're troops in contact. And the radio goes down. All you can hear is pull the headset off, try to look around. But I'm a leader. I got to figure out what's going on. I got to make a decision. All you see is smoke. Guns are going. All you hear is heavy machine gun fire, smoke. The bullets are so bright with the tracer rounds and the blasts coming off the machine guns that your night vision goggles aren't even working. Throw my night vision goggles up. So everything I'd practiced has already not worked. So we're at like plan C right now. So I start running between the trucks, start yelling at my guys, making sure everyone's good, making sure the guns are working, making sure we're not running out of ammo. Kind of running around with a chicken, my head cut off. Not making any actual decisions, just yelling a lot. So we get through that. We get back. Talk to my number 2, Sergeant First Class Espinoza. Been in the Army about 20 years. I said, hey, Sergeant, what'd I do wrong there? He said, I'm glad you asked. He said, the guys, they know how to shoot. Let them shoot. They know how to patrol. Let them patrol. What are you trying to do? He said, make the decisions you need to make, sir. He said, I don't need you running around screaming and yelling. I need you in control, enabling, setting those guys up for success, getting out of their way. I need you to let go, sir. It's one of the most profound moments in my life. Still to this day, I probably call him about 10 times a year and just say, hey, thanks. So transition out of the military. Get into corporate America, get a snazzy new suit, pretty excited. All right, got a nice job. All right, hey, I'm a leader, guys. I've been in combat. I went to leadership college. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for this. Boy, was I mistaken. So I realized all the things I'd learned in the military, they needed to be tweaked just slightly before they'd really translate to corporate America. One of the first meetings I'm in, a bunch of higher ups are there, and there's a lot of talking going on. And hey, great idea. No, you great idea. No, you great idea. So about 40 minutes in, I just got up and left. See, in my head, we're wasting time. We have work we have to do, things that have to get done. What am I doing sitting in here? About 45 minutes later, my boss comes find me. I say, Sweatt, what are you doing? I said, well, hey, you asked me to get this thing done tonight. I'm not going to get it done if I'm sitting there while you guys are kind of talking at each other. Little learning on context is important, right? It's bias to action, good in Afghanistan, needs to be tempered a little bit when you come home. Also learned a little bit about trying to fake it till you make it. So I learned everyone's big into fashion on the outside. Mind you, I'd gone to a high school where you wear a uniform, a college where you wear a uniform, and I was in the Army where I wore a uniform. So I had not dressed myself in probably 14 years. So I'm trying to fit in. I'm out with some of the partners. They're ordering drinks I've never heard of. And I'm like, I was thinking about getting my wife a pair of Labutions for Christmas. Get a couple looks out of the side. And I'm like, Labutions, yeah, I've been saving up. Nobody says anything. I get some looks. I'm like, whatever, guys. About a week later, one of my real good friends pulls me aside and says, hey, what are you talking about? And I'm like, what? He's like, what are Labutions, pretty woman? Oh, I said, well, the shoes. And he's like, Louboutins. So I come home and I tell my wife this story. If I could have taken a picture of that, just embarrassment and shame and, oh God, don't talk in public, Tyler. What are you doing? I said, all right, we're gonna talk that, put that in the back pocket, pretend that didn't happen. But all along this time, I'm still trying to figure out what being a leader means. But I see partners now, and I see executives, and they're making these decisions, and they've got information, they're always connected, and they're bumping and shaking, and I'm trying to emulate. So I'm trying to read all the right blogs. I'm trying to listen to my podcasts. I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to read the self-improvement books. What is the recent 25 self-improvement books a year? Who has time? I didn't. So I was trading, robbing Peter to pay Paul, moving about 1,000 miles an hour. And then I get promoted. So I'm all excited, right? Hey, it's my chance. All right, big exec Tyler. And I try to scale these behaviors. And I'm on the phone till 11 o'clock every night, and I'm reading emails, and I'm going, and I'm doing the opposite of what Warren Buffett says to do. I'm measuring the value of my leadership by how full my calendar is. I'm looking, wow, these people are doing meetings, and I'm inserting myself into meetings, and I'm on conference calls, and I'm running in. You know what happened? I failed. Bunch of activity. Spent a year going 1,000 miles an hour, didn't have anything to show for it. Failed in front of my friends. Failed in front of my boss, my peers, my teammates, my family. Humiliating. Didn't know what to do. I had my shot, I missed it. So I spent some time kind of going back and thinking, reflecting, realized that all these things I'd sort of learned along the way, I kept forgetting. I figured, hey, I should probably write these things down. It's all about noise. I was getting distracted by noise. I wasn't able to separate the noise and understand what really mattered. So I boil it down to 4 principles that help me live my life, help me make sure that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm making the right decisions. First one is probably the first thing I heard when I was at West Point, and I did not understand it. and it's slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. It's not about speed. It's about control. Whether it's your daily life, whether you're clearing a house in Afghanistan, if you're moving at terminal velocity, you're going to miss details. You're going to miss experience. You're going to miss all of it. The second one, those words Sergeant First Class Espinosa told me. Make the decisions you need to make. Don't worry about stuff you can't control. You can't control it, goes into the box, it doesn't matter. If it's not real yet, think about it. Don't let it keep you up at night. Let go. Let folks make the decisions they need to make. Third one, be where you are. Be present. Life is short. It's shorter than we want it to be. We don't control it. No one's going to remember an email. No one's going to remember a Facebook like or a tweet. They're going to remember a laugh. They're going to remember an experience, a shared meal, a joke. The other side of that is we know when you are not present. Everybody knows. You got your head in the phone, you're looking somewhere else, having a half-hearted conversation. It's not real. The fourth one, is improve. Always try to keep learning. Find ways to perfect your craft. Find ways to challenge yourself. The world's a huge place. Try to experience as much of it as you can. So when I look back at when I was a kid, my dad used to tell me, hey son, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I said, all right. So now I've grown a little bit. My question is, what if we don't see the shots? What if we're so distracted and we're moving so fast and we're keeping up with the Joneses and we're trying to be like these guys we see on Instagram and girls we see on TV? We're missing the shots. We have to separate our own noise so we can see the shots. We've got to slow down to do more. Focus on seeing your shots and then take it. Thank you, guys.